We will examine the mechanical breakdown of a corporate buyout using a theoretical scenario. SpaceX announces a definitive agreement to acquire Tesla. To model this, we establish the target's parameters. Before the announcement, Tesla trades on the open market at a baseline of $200 per share. This analysis covers two parallel realities. First, a 100% cash deal offering $250 per share. Second, a stock-for-stock deal at a 0.5 exchange ratio. When the cash deal hits, the stock gaps upward from the $200 baseline, but it halts at exactly $245, short of the $250 buyout offer. This $5 deficit exists because a signed definitive agreement is not an immediate close. The transaction must navigate a strict legal timeline, including regulatory antitrust reviews and the formal shareholder vote. The announcement overwrites the underlying probability distribution of the stock. It ceases to trade on car production numbers or quarterly earnings. Instead, the share price becomes a mathematical reflection of the deal's probability of closing. We now have two distinct numbers: the open market trading price of $245 and the official $250 buyout price. This $5 gap is the merger arbitrage spread. Two specific factors drive this spread. The first is the time value of money. An investor buying at $245 today locks up their capital for the months required to reach the legal closing date. The second factor is the quantified risk of deal collapse. The spread prices in the likelihood that federal regulators block the merger or that shareholders reject the terms. Until the closing date, the target stock price functions as a real-time mathematical gauge of market confidence in the transaction. In a 100% cash deal, the mechanics at closing are absolute. Every outstanding Tesla share is canceled. In return, a fixed $250 cash payment per share is credited directly into the holder's brokerage account. This creates an immediate tax implication. The cash conversion forces the shareholder to realize capital gains, removing their ability to defer the taxable event. A stock-for-stock deal utilizes a different mechanism. Under the 0.5 exchange ratio, those canceled Tesla shares are replaced by SpaceX shares. Because this is an equity transfer rather than a cash payout, the exchange of whole shares does not trigger an immediate taxable event. However, centralized clearing protocols do not process fractional shares. If the 0.5 exchange ratio leaves an investor with a partial share, the central depository liquidates that fraction and issues a cash-in-lieu payment based on the closing price. This execution requires formal approval through a proxy vote by the target company's shareholders. If a shareholder believes the $250 offer undervalues the company, they may formally vote against the merger. This unlocks specific legal recourse under Section 262 of the Delaware General Corporation Law, allowing the shareholder to petition the Delaware Court of Chancery to determine the fair value of their shares. The equity holder faces a definitive liquidity event, transitioning from an active participant in market growth to either a passive recipient of merger terms or a legal appellant. Derivative markets are governed by the Options Clearing Corporation. The OCC serves as the centralized authority that dictates non-negotiable contract adjustments during corporate actions. This payoff matrix illustrates the OCC's adjustment rule for a cash deal. The dynamic underlying stock asset is replaced by a fixed cash sum. The asset curve converts into a flat static line at exactly $250. We can calculate the exact value for an in-the-money call option. A $200 strike price grants the right to buy the asset at $200. Because the OCC fixed the deliverable at $250, this option holds exactly $50 per share in intrinsic value. An option's market price consists of two components, intrinsic value and extrinsic value. This second component, the time premium, is dictated by implied volatility and measures the probability of future price movement. Because the asset price is strictly capped at the $250 buyout level, the probability of future price movement drops to zero. This triggers an immediate IV crush, erasing the extrinsic value across every contract. For an out-of-the-money option, such as a 260 call, the result is total loss. The strike price sits above the $250 cap, leading to accelerated expiration as a worthless contract. The OCC's adjustment for a stock deal operates differently. The contract deliverable is converted from 100 Tesla shares to 50 SpaceX shares. Because the underlying asset remains a tradable equity, implied volatility is maintained. This mechanic exposes a common trap. Retail traders often buy out-of-the-money calls following a buyout announcement, correctly predicting a price surge, but losing 100% of their investment to the IV crush. While a definitive $250 cash agreement creates a ceiling for calls, it simultaneously establishes an absolute price floor, neutralizing standard downside risk. This payoff matrix models the outcome for put contracts. An out-of-the-money put with a strike of $240 drops to zero value. Because the market guarantees a $250 exit, the right to sell shares at $240 has no utility. An in-the-money put with a $270 strike retains precise value. The contract guarantees the right to sell at $270 against an asset capped at $250, locking in $20 per share in intrinsic value. During the arbitrage window, the put holder lists decide whether to exercise early to capture remaining liquidity or hold until the closing date and risk a deal collapse. Once a definitive agreement is signed, put options operate purely as binary insurance policies against the deal failing to close. We must also analyze the writers of these options. Consider a covered call writer who sold a contract at a $230 strike prior to the announcement. This grid illustrates profit and loss limits for short calls. The $250 buyout forces the covered call writer to deliver shares at the $230 strike. Their upside is capped, and they forfeit the $20 premium gap to the buyer. Contrast this with an uncovered or naked call writer who sold a contract with a strike above the $250 buyout price. Because the stock is physically capped at the buyout price, the strike is never breached. The IV crush drives the premium to zero, allowing the naked call writer to achieve maximum profit without delivering shares. A cash buyout limits both the upside potential and the downside hazards for option sellers, converting speculative volatility strategies into fixed yield outcomes. Inside the company, an acquisition triggers a restructuring of employee compensation, specifically unvested employee stock options and restricted stock units. A single trigger clause dictates that all unvested shares fully vest the moment the change in corporate control occurs. A double trigger clause requires both the successful closing of the acquisition and the subsequent termination of the employee to initiate vesting. This formula details the payout mechanism for vested in-the-money employee options in a cash deal: the buyout price minus the employee's strike price, multiplied by the total number of shares. If an employee holds underwater options, where the strike price is higher than the $250 buyout offer, those options are canceled for no consideration. Corporate convertible debt also requires resolution. Bondholders often rely on make-whole provisions, which mandate that the acquiring company compensate them for the lost conversion premium. An acquisition effectively liquidates the target's existing capital structure, clearing the ledger of equity, debt, and derivative obligations to allow for a clean absorption. To commit capital during the arbitrage window, institutional investors evaluate a matrix of deal certainty, including regulatory antitrust approval, the shareholder vote, financing conditions, and breakup fees. A widening arbitrage spread acts as a real-time indicator of market skepticism regarding regulatory hurdles or potential financing failures. When the transaction secures final approval and reaches the closing date, the remaining arbitrage spread closes to zero. If the deal collapses, the arbitrageur faces a binary risk profile. The stock price typically reverts towards its pre-announcement baseline, erasing the premium and generating an immediate loss on the long position. Throughout this timeline, the options clearing corporation's contract adjustments are absolute for derivatives traders. For dissenting equity holders, legal recourse is isolated to Delaware general corporation law appraisal rights. A corporate buyout acts as a rigorous mechanical transformation. It converts dynamic market risk into static mathematical certainty across the entire capital structure.